tu kapakamatala Halani keloa matai ngata Lono atawa ke pai hana Veka talo moi lotu hei lala Hewi sai Papakapo Amasi mono kuloto Kaneo Eneto Na maunga ki e kai pono Na e tuko e ponua E tupo o hapai ki alunga Ke malui me olunga Atonga nia whai o tupua
Malo mo e lau maria ho eki, mo e kainga tonga ko toa peo, mo mea mai ki he polo kalama ho ata ko eni ai radio le o e tonga, me Seattle, Washington. Mantu mau peo mau si i whamalumalo atu i he pure kakato ai radio ko i a Vake Tali Folau, pea mo e media network ko i a radio tonga, mo e television, i he Vake Tali Folau, whamalo apito ki he puri ko ia o e painga ko ni, Santo Lau pia mo Emily Tofu. Ko iai i he ahoniu, ko atu ha talitali lea ki mo tolo ko toa peo, mo si mea mai ki he kamata anga i polo kalamani, ko e ahoni, mau ki i tō mui i he hoatani, ko no i ngā na mau whenga ke mau tau mai ko e uha lahi pia mo e hange ko kuawha e mau lere mai ki he studio ko ni, ka ko iai mau kore whamorimore ai. Ka koe hoa tā e whiaf ko ni, ko e whiaf pure luro e ni a tāwalo novema ua whima ua noa. Pea ko iai ko ate taritale rea ki mo tolo kotoa peo, mau whiwhia ke taritale rea ki mo tolo i he mea kotoa peo, tau whakataha ki ai hange ko e ngahi polo kalama ko ia, ko mau osma teu ki ai i he ahoni. I he taimi ko ni te mau o atu rewa e tau uraki himi ko ia pe ko tau hiva kamata o e tau ki polo kalama whakalau mari i he whiawhini. Aia ko ne lava pe ko ia te mau o atu rewa e special program pe ko ha polo kalama mawahi ai ongo whai whikau koe ni o seaso sisu kraisi o ngahi aho ki muini ai ko Elder Hatch pe mo Elder Tongolei ko iai te mau adlewa e mau rakfasi pe te mau hokatu rewa ki he konga koe okohoko koe o atu e na polo kalama ko ia o whikau aki mo kamata ko ia e tau lotu i he hoatani. Malo.
Brother
koe ni I aho koe ni. Tau whawhiwhia peke tek tau toloan kotoa no tai tari ai ongo whaiwhikau ko ia o kuna lolotonga ngawe I he Myers Way Ward ai a koe ward tonga ni I Seattle I he state ko ia o Seattle. That's the north, we have the North Seattle state, include ai Myers Way. Pea koe onga tangata koe ni, koe onki I Talavou koe ni, Elder Hedge, pea me Salt Lake. Pea na uia ke ngawe whawhaiwhikau ki Tonga tapu Tonga. Pea pehe whoki kia Elder Tongolei. Pea na ko Elder Hedge, na hu whokia ki ne ura ki kamata ni ngai whawhaiwhikau ki Tonga I Okatopa o wawhe mātahiwa. Pea ko Elder Tongolei na kamata ni ngau I Tonga I Sanuari wawhe mātahiwa. Ka koe uhinga koe hono whakawhoki mai ki nā ua, koe whakawhoki mai I he tō koe COVID I ho tau whonuani pia mo māmani lai. Koe iai na whakawhoki mai pe ki nā ua, taktaha whoki pe ki Salt Lake, pia ki time si me pe mi ai na ki pause ko ia ko toi ui ki nā ua he time na ki I kamatahi ki tau ki reopen mai koe ni, o ui mai nā ua ki Seattle, Washington, pia kuna lolo tonga I heni. Ko iai mahalo ko osi mahino peka ki motoro e na ngā ue pia mo e wheitu o kuna iai. Ka koe pongpong koe ni, koe pongpong I whakalau maari au pitoen ke te mautoro ke mau whakataha o atu e na ki porokalama koe ni e pongpongi ni. Ai te mau o atu e na himi ma teu mai ke porokalama koe ni, ospe ko ia te tau oange urak whainga maari e ke whakahoko atu ai e Elder Hedge, ane haani ki I popo whakalau maari e, pea ko ne lava pe ko ia, pea o atu rewa ai whahimi honoua, pea ko ne lava pe ia, pa whakahoko atu rewa e Elder Tongolei in a message. Pa ko ne lava le rei pe ko ia, hanga rewa Elder Hedge, o whai e tau lotu, pako e tau lotu kamata I pe ia e tau polo kalama ko ia I he ahoni. Malo au pito pia malo mu si mea mai o whape ke ongolere atu e mau polo kalama ko ia I he ahoni malo au pito. In continuation, peko e tau hoko atu, raki whawhiroake e pe whoke e whimotua koe ni o whahok whatongi atu I he pongpongini I he kolo e malata. Ko au Brenda Kongaika, pepehe whoki ki hoku hoa ngā ue ko Michelle Huakau. Koe ki whine mui koe ni, o ku teu ke lava atu mo ia ke he malae o ngā ue ke serve tamai he wani, koe ni ngā ue whawhaiwhikau, I he taimi koe e whakahoko ai hono ui I, koe taimi ni, o si toko ni ka te mautoro pia mo polo kalama koe ia e retio. Malo au pito, Michelle. Whamoremore pe te mau ange ki taimi ke whotu ata ai hiwa koe ai Elder Hedge, pa maharo mau ki hamumu pe mau anka Michelle e hiwa ke, ka oku os mahino pe ai hiwa mau kamata aki, koe ia mau kore atu whakamoremore pe ki mau toro, koe fu uhalahi koe ni o fu whakatu tāma ke apito pe ke driver pe moe ahon koia. Yeah. Thank you. Introduce Elder Tongolei next to me, Elder Hedge, right there on the far left. Koia u mau whiwhia I he mau heni I he pongpongini. Go ahead, Michelle.
kia Brenda ko hi whangamare ma mau ke whai ngahi mea whekua ki ngahi fo ihiwa koeni te wai foi ki fo I vesi e tolu whekua ki fo ihiwi koeni ko whakaofa ki a te ao o sai lai fo ihiwa koeni ko fo ihiwa koeni ko fo ihiwa whakasakalamene niti nā ku whanongo ki ai lolotonga hoko ngawe ki tonga pia e tamina ku whanongo ki ai nā ku kailo ngahi fo I lea e hiwa kui nā wale au e lea whakatonga pia nā ku lawa o ngoi la marie o sisklaisi mo e koe la marie o e kakai tonga o whamalo kui whangamari e koeni ke vai hou whakamoni whekua ki sisu mo hono whakalelei ko whakaofa ki a te ao koe fo ihiwa whekua ki whakalelei sisklaisi o whamalo lahi koe sisklaisi mo e ngahi mea nane sacrifice ke tā lava whoki ki o toa. Pea naine ka taki ngahi mea katoa. Naine o ngoi ngahi mea mamahi katoa. O e kakai ki moa tau tolu mo. Kakai hilipea tau tolu mo e tau tolu. Oku ea vesi he ala maa. Oku saike whakamatala ngahi mea naine o ngoi. I e tami naine ai whakalelei mo pekia I e kolosi. I he tohi o monomona, tohi a ala maa, wahe whitu, vesi tātā. Pune pehe, pehe tēnei haele, atua o kataki a e ngahi mamahi mo e ngahi whaingata pea mo ngahi ahi kehe katoa pea e whae eni ko ui ke lava o whakamaoni I a wholofola ia oku pehe tēnei to'o ki a te ia a e ngahi mamahi mo e ngahi mahaki oku mo'ua a e hono kakai. Pea tēnei to'o ki a te ia a e mate ko ui kene vete a e ngahi hai mo o e mate a ia oku haia I a hono kakai pea tēnei to'o ki a te ia a hono ngahi vai ko hike whonu hono loto I he ala ofa o whakatatau ki he kakano ko ui kene a whioi o whakatatau ki he kakano a e whaunga ke takani I ai hono kakai o whakatatau ki hono ngahi vai koeni o ku a whioi e la maria ai mea katoa pea ka neongo ia e mamahi ai alo o e o tua o whakatatau ki he kakano ko uhi kena lava o toa ki a te ia ai ngahi angahala o hono kakai ko uhi kena lava o whakamole I e nā ngahi mama whono o whakatatau ki he mafi o ene whakamaui pea ko eni wakai ko e whakamaoni ani o ko ia te ao. Ko sa ia ke lao vesi ko ni he tami o alo ki lotu he whakata whakasakalaminiti koi vesi ko ni o whakamatala ngahi mea nei a ngoi a sisklaisi mo e hono alo ofa ki a te ki tau tolu. Nane pe kia kohi o ne ofa ki a te ki tau tolu. Pea nai ogo iai a whekau o ne whekau I mai ki a te ki tau tolu. I e taimina ne hau ki Amerika. I he lakoti ai kau ni whai, I he tohi a monamona. I he tohi a tolu ni whai. Wahe tāua. Vesi wha valo. Osi pea koe taimi koe ni. Osi pea hono pea kia mo whakalelei. Pea naine hauki Amerika. Ke wahe hono. Ke whukutu hono siasi ai. Pea naine whekaui. Nā tolu. Ar tau tolu ke he vesi wha valo ko ia. O ko whakaamu ke mo hauhawa o hangi pe ko ao. Pe hangi ke ko e hauhawa o homota mai a ia o ko i he langi. Ko e whakao ko ni ke hauhawa. Mani. Whangata o pito ke hauhawa I kai ke lava tau tolu ke whaia. Ko pau ko tau I kai mao sisu. E tamina ku la ves ko ni. Mani, nā ku me tangi koe, whekau koe ni koe, whekau whangata e tā. Pea nā ku loto mamahi koe, whekau koe ni koe, oko I lau I oko whai o ngā hala, e he akotoa mo, oko I kai hauhawa. Pea nā ku hoko atu ki lau he tohi a monomona, he wahe whakaosi a tohi a monomona I he molonai, wahe oma furu, vesi tolu ua. Ko ia, une pehe, e molonai ki mo tene hai lakoti e tohi a monomona I he kere. Pea nane o pehe I o hau ki a kalaisi, pea hoko o hauhawa I ate ia. Pea whakawhisi ke mo tolu me he anga ta e maoni ani ka toa pea ka pao te mo whakawhisi ke mo tolu me he anga ta e maoni ani ka toa pea ofa ki a ho toa ki homo iwi ata mai mo e mālahi katoa pea e toki whiunga ene alo ofa ki a te ki mo tolu kohi ke tupu I he ene alo ofa a homo hauhawa I a karaisi pea ka pao uku tupu I he alo ofa o e otua a homo hauhawa I a karaisi o kui kai te mo te lava ke whakaikai e mafi o e otua. I he vesiko ni nako ako ta lava hauhawa I he kalaisi pe. Ko kalaisi, ko e hala e taha pe ta lava moi ke whoki ki otua. Ko pao te tau lava, ko pao te tau ngahi aki I whakaleo skaisi a akotoa. Whakato mala o e o tau ngahi anga hala mo e ngahi tono no mo tau lava ango I o whae sisu mo tau lava hoko atu ke whakamore I e o tau ngahi anga hala pea osi pe koe tau lava whoki ki o tua nofo mo sisu kaisi mo ia I he vani pea oko I loi oku tau I kai hauhawa pea tau lava hauhawa I he karaisi. Ko ia pe, mao.
sai kai ngō whenua e tua ko lawa ni kwa tapua ki ma oku ke olawo whaiataki vai o whawhi waki mo he mi wafitu ko e wholawhola mai a sisu. Ko i roi pē o kei wholawhola mai a sisu ki ati tau tolu katoa pē. Pea ko roto pē ke o raki kamataki ki wholawhola koe ni o asi mai he toi tapu tohi asione. Vai tawha vesi ano peo pē he. Pea tala nge sisu ki ati ia ko au koe hala moi mo ani pea moi mo ui. O kui kai hu hatangata e taha ki e tamai kai i ati au. Ko e roi pē e tampe te tau lavo hau ki a kalaisi koe tau huhui pia mo e tau whamu ui. Te tau lavo pia whoe hala o ku alo wau ki e tau tamai he wani. Pia o ku leo whawhoe tui whato malo baptaiso. Pia mau e mea whakala maria mani ani pia mo kataki ngata anga e lau e tau mai mo i tangata kawai ai whiwhi tangata. Pia ko sai apita hiwa koe ni he ko whawhanau ki he himi koe ni e ko tupu hake e tamu katoa ai ko alo ki e lotu. Pia tamu katoa pia ko whanongo ki he himi koe ni lawa pia ko whaongo e la maria mani ani. Pia ko whamo ani ko ngā himi mo ngā hiwa o lawa pia ke hoko ko tau hori pia mo tau ngā hilotu ki atua. Pia ko loi he tamu whangata koe ni o lawa ki hoko e ngā himi koe ni. Ko mea whawhi maria ke ti tau tolu he tamu whata koe ni. Pia ko whamo ani ani ko sisu ko kalaisi ko ia pia whaunga pia taha te talawa o whowai ke lawa o moe whatau ma tau tamai wani i he tangata pia moe tau ngai whaamili. Pia e wafa sisu kalaisi. Amen.
Amen.
E tamai mawhawhi, e tamai wani o mau whamalo koi whangamare nai mau ki maho la mari e mo angoi hono ofa mo ho ofa ki te ki tau tau mau whamalo koi hi ngahi mea nai tau ako nai mau ako i he polo kalama koni mau kori ki a whio ki te koni i ki a te keu mau tolu ki a ngahi aki ngahi mea nai mau ako i he e tau ngahi mo ui hoko atu ki whakatamala i a ako toa mo ngahi aki whangamali i tau mau ki lotu pe ki a whio e ako toa mau whamalo kuhi parwhita o tau mau honey ko Russell Nursing ke te taki siasi kaisi mo o mau kori ki a whio ke tapaki ia ke lava mau whaha o e ngahi mea te tau whai kori ki a whio ke tapaki i kaumahaki maha tēnā lava kamata ke sai mo tēnā lava ngoi ho ofa mo ilo oku ofa siskai ki ati ki nā tau o mau whakamo whuki kohi la maria nai maa ngoi e palokolama koini mau kore kia whio ke tuku hifo la maria i atau loto ngahi loto i he ahoni mo mau lava ngoi i mo ngahi haki ia he atau ngahi whili katoa mo kore ngahi mea koini mo whai mani wafis kaise mea.
Amen. Thank you. Just hold on for 1 second. Whamalolo tōnga he ni ki whaifkau Elder Hatch, pape he whoki Elder Tongalei I he ena. Pia mo kauhi wā koe kau tōnga kotoa mo i whakamalo ko hon uhinga mau ho mai ki he whaleni kana e uhalo vai atua mau ngoi I he ahoni o mau mauha lau mari makehe ke whakahoko atu ai toenga ko ia o e polokalama o e ahoni kai kehe koe taimini e whakahoko atu I Michelle hatau ngai fo I whasi kene hanga peo whakawhi awa ki tau tolu I he fo I minitsi me heni pa te mautoki o atu rewa ai whakahoko ko ia o e tau polokalama I he hoatani malo a pito
Oni.
Tauka mamahi, tauka amosia, nofo masiva, tuku hausia. Natu he mama e kaha, ena ho tau apuma. Sika puma, olangi, ho tau apuma.
Si i foki au
Michelle, hono o mai hangahi himi pe mo hangahi fasi whakalau maria au pito ko ono uhinga. Ko e o atu pe ni whakatatau pe ke si whie mau e kau taurekereka, pe mo kau i tau, o mo me a mai mo whanango mai ke tau polo kalama ko ia e hoa tāpule lulu ko ni. E taimi ni, te mau oat lewa tau polo kalama hoko, ai koe tokotaha koe ni, koe tokotaha ni koe guest, special guest ia, ai reitio i hoatani. Ai ko Lisa Sekona, ai o kulolo tonga nofo pe i se toni, for a few years now, o ku residents i Federal Way. Ko iai te watu peha ki i intro CCIP, ka te toki ko Lisa ni. Hello Lisa, o ku ke ielaini. Malolei, Lisa. Hello Lisa. Okay. Okay. Are you there, Lisa? Sai, lotonga e mau te whinga ke whakahoko e laini koe ni o ke a Lisa. Mau whemau pe ke whakamatala atu haki i whemau pe whakamatala atu haki i pai o ke a Lisa. Pea mani ngau e o kuwhai. Oh, tako e ni. Are you there?
No, you could stay on. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, malo apito Lisa ho si kau mai ke por kalama ko ia retio le o tonga e ho atani.
Ko ia malo apito fai maria ko mau.
Okay. E tai mini te mau atu leva haki i intro si pe no pe ke Lisa ka tu pe ka Lisa ke ntok fa ko atu ko to ta ko ni ko to ta mau inga ni ho tau community atonga i se toni she's a broker ko to ta nu ne represent ha ka ta insurance pe ko malu i mo ui ngai ka ta la hi ko pe ko insurance ki he mo ui whole life pe koe term life, pe koe also o kune whakafofonga i whoki i he taimini in a contract pe moe Medicare. Aia ko Medicare, ko medical insurance ia ke he ni ihi ko o si retire mai me he ngāwe anga. Aia o ko kawa i he Medicare. Ka koe whakaiki ki o ngahi tala noa ki he Medicare, o ku toko lai whakautonga o kai ke nau very familiar, pe ku o ku te kai ke nau ma o e loloto o uhinga e nau kau ki he Medicare. Aia te tukuange minit ko ni ke Alisa ke ne hanga o wahe mai ai porokalama o mai si ipe e ne ki background ko inga he ku o ku wha a ahi pepe ahia atu Alisa ke ngahi polo kalama ko ia ai community ai akone o sia tu ke ngahi community ke Lisa malo apito ka mai whakahoko mai ai uhinga lahi o ke polo kalama mai pe moere o tonga I ahoni.
Oi, malo apita o alauna he whainga maria ko mau ke whai haki I whakaiti ki pe whakao aki ki he ngai polo kalama o ku available pe ke tau senior heni I he community King County mo Pierce County pa ko whamalo ke whainga maria ko mau ko eku alu holo he uhu community ngahi polo kalama pe I heni pe si atoni whakao aki pe ki he kau senior e kau tonga mo senior ai kau haamoa pea koe ngahi pe alahi ko tokoni ka nau tau o ako I nau tau o piai e nau ngahi benefiti ke nau benefiti me ai he taini o nau witaya ai me he ngawe anga pea koe mea pena ke whakahoko mai ane nai, whakau aki pe ki he me te kea in siwa, pe au ku lahi pe ai ni ihi, o keke ta tau pe mo kau, o ku kawai pe ni ihi kehe, o ku nau confused, whakau aki ki he me te kea, pe ko au ko hoko ko advisor ki e ni ihi ke nau mahi noi e nau ai pola kalama whekau aki ke Medicare insurance. He oku iai ai ungahi le volo mo e whakakalasi whekau aki ke Medicare. So, oku kei ke ilo ai kakai. Tuke pe taime na retire ai, ko tohi pe oku sen ka nau tau me he pule anga ko Medicare and U book. Oku sen pe ia ta uko toa oku sen ia tu pe ke kau Medicare beneficiaries. Pea o ngatai, pea oku lahi pe kakai, oku kai ke nau lau, ai tohi, pea oku nau tā pe ke Social Security, oku kai ke ako I nau tau ke nai ki he ngahi benefiti oku available ka nau tolu. So, e ku aru holo he community o introduce au, o whakahoko au ki he ni ihi, ke nau ilo ko au, ka pau nau whie mau, hataha ke whakamatala, ai ungahi whakaiki whakau aki ki he health insurer, ko e tawhaakia te lava o toko ki ai. O whakamahi no I ka nau tau, ko e ngahi tawhaakia me te kea, oku classify ia e tolu, ko e taha, o iai e Medicare Part A, ko e tawhaakia e whalemahaki, ko e tawhaakia taha, ko e Medicare Part B, tawhaakia he medical insurance, o kawai pe mo e Part D for drugs, ko e tawhaakia ke prescription drug plan. Pea o kuhoko ia ke foi kalase taha. Kalase ua ko Medicare supplement plan. And so with mo ngahi programa o available ke na wako me iai o ku iai original Medicare o ia na o si whakamatala atu ai kalasi Part A, Part B for boy, more Part D for drugs. O ku that's considered ko explanation ki ai ko Medicare, original Medicare. Pea to iai mo programa ia taha ko Medicare Advantage plans. Pea ko Medicare Advantage plans ko lere ia tai mini o ku hoko tai mini mei o katopa aho tis mei o katopa tis o katopa aho tani maki ki sema aho tu hoko ia ko open enrollment ki he nihi kau me te kea age tu ke hepe ka pau o ku nau disability o ku whainga maari hani ihi ke nau whai hawhiri liu aki e nau ngahi insiwa he mo ngau pei he ngahi kau taha lalahi. Pea ku ahu pe he advertisement he
That's when she finished.
ai ngahi palani whakau aki ke Medicare Advantage plan. O kawai, which is also considered an alternative ki now Medicare benefit. Tu kehepe ai original Medicare. So koe kalasi hono taha koe original Medicare koe A moi B kawai be mo now drugs. But koe kalasi and hono wa koe Medicare Advantage plans o ku whakataha ai A moi B kawai be moi Part D whakataha I he fo I polokalama hono wa kawai pe mo ngahi benefiti as an alternative ki he Medicare. He ku original Medicare o ku kake kawa ai tau pehepe ko ni fo about ku maha ha dental services. So ku kake kawa ia he original Medicare. As if Medicare Advantage o ku kawa ia ni fo mo mata mo ngahi benefiti te nau lava o take advantage of. Koe kalasi hono wa, koe kalasi hono tolu, koe Medicare supplement plan. Koe supplement plan ia, o ku also called ia koe Medigap. Koe Medigap coverage ia, it covers original Medicare, but it doesn't cover the co-payments, my co-insurances, plus o koe ke kawa mo na ungahi foi a kau. O ku totongi ma ke heia.
Ko ia.
Koe ni ihi pe o nau sa ia he Medicare supplements, koe ni ihi e ka kai o ku koe ke nau whia mau ke nau toi worry na to ke toi totongi ha co-payments, moi co-insurances, hoi foi totongi whakamahina pe, nau alpe nau tō o whai nau whai tō o, nau o si kawa pe nau tō totongi whakamahina.
Ko ia.
Compare pe ki he Medicare Advantage Plan, o kiai ngahi porokalama ia, o kulele he TV o ku asi zero premium.
Ko ia. Orewa, Elisa, whakamoremore pe, hufanga pe he ngai whakatapu ko as atu me whareni ka tau tānoa mahino pe ke he ngai porokalama ko whahoko mai Elisa. Koe mea ko loto ke ta whi mahino aki ki ai, e ai pe taimi te kei heni i he studio ke lava ke nau mamata mai pe i he ata ki a te koe, pa nau ilo e service kehe o ku ke lava ke consult mo nau tolu, pe te ke lava tokon ka nau tolu o whaka mahino ki a nau tolu, ko ia?
Ko ia, au pito.
Iyo. O tokon ka nau tolu. Okay.
O alwatu peki he lekio.
Iyo.
Koe tai PC, ia he open enrollment, pea koe ngata pea open enrollment, ki he ni he me te kea i December aho fitu.
Ko ia.
Ja, te lava pea o alwatu o tokoni pe ki he lekio, moi community, ke whakamahi ka nau tō, e nau ungahi benefit o available ki he tawhaaki malui, ai mo I anga, koe tawhaaki health in siwa.
Ko ia. Tu ke toi tānake atu peki ai. Mana tu I whoki aki mo tolu koina o ku taupepe mo receive SSI, SSA, kono ngā koha disability of any kind of form, pe koe ku mo mau benefits me he pure anga, ka mo fiu eke pe ko hauinga mea ku kai ke iai ha mo Medicare, okay? O koe toko taha koe ni, koe ngahi mea ante ne whakahino hino ia ka koe pe o ku ke eligible, pe o ku ke approve ki he Medicare. He koe long run, you have to be 65, he? Ko pau ke ono nima. I he konga lahi ia, e tau retire mai, e tau tori, tau take a early retirement, hangi ko au. Then I have to wait until I turn 65, but toki flow over, e Medicare. Ka koe u benefits, ko ngahi mea koe u whamatala mai ki a Lisa, ke tau whemahino aki ai, ka u taurekereka. Ka pau o ku tokoni I koe ha taha I ho whanau, pe ko ha ngahi kau ngā mea, pe ko ha taha pe ku ofi ki o family, pe o totonu rewa ke mo eke I he koe every year o ku whetongtongi lau, pe o kui ai pe a hiki tō whakapaanga ke tokoni ki a ki mo tolu, pe ke ni ihi ko disability, o kui ai pe taimi o ku revert mo tolu me disability ki he Social Security Administration, ka pau ko ke a o ke he ta wono nima. Ko ia Lisa, just touch on that Lisa whakamoremore ki o mai pe ki kupu ki ai kata toki dialogue pe moe kai ngatonga ko ni ko me alahi ko o kai ke mahino mantu ka aloha tahe whanau ave kita o kai ke te pote hore whapalangi, he? Ko ai pe ke comply mo ngahi appointment ni. He kai he laia ki toko tahe a kai interpret mai ka kita e tame tuku pe ia koe maa ke toki ave koe ki apke toki whamantala atu. Ko au ia ki api ko ngaro ki tohu ia, you know, Social Security and you, pe koe Medicare and you know. We're just saying that ke mahino pe, ka pau oku ke Medicare. Koe mea ko toa pe whakaiki ki ho Medicare, e whakamatala tu e consult lewa pe e whakamatala toko ni I koe Elisa. O kai ke ni aro atu ke kau ke he insurance, ke totongi ha mui ha. The government is paying for all this, because na ke ngā ue koe ke he pure anga, and they owe you these health benefits. Ko iai, whamore, o ton io, ko iai. So, Io, go ahead, Lisa.
Yes. Ko main point ia na ke o mai alauna se kau aki ki he tau ngau e anga he.
Yes.
He ku leonga pe o ku tau retire I o te tau mau pe e tau ngahi benefiti. E taimi na tau totongi ai e tau ngahi tax o ku taimi o tau wahe ai o
Ku to'o.
o avea ke Medicare, ave ke Social Security.
Yes.
Ko taimi o tau toki age in ki he Medicare. Tau pehepe ko tau ono ni mahe.
Yes.
O ku tau lele ai leva o mau ai benefiti ai programa na ufamatala kone nai ai part A. Ko part
Yes.
A ko ia ai kone mahaki. He ko tu ko taimi o tau retire ai. O ku it's based on ko quarters, ko tau hongo fulu na tau totongi
Yes.
I he Medicare. That te tau lava ai leva o mau tai totongi ai ungahi benefiti. Tau
Benefiti ki he whare maha ki koe ice, he koe mata, hufanga whatapu, koe nifo, koe teli ngā, ke ni I kou kai ke lava o malo nau e nau whanongo. Ka koe ngahi mea koe ni, aia Lisa, te ke pehe ko whē taimi te ke come on air, ke lava pe ke nau si ilo ki ai ko inga ke ta whē mahino aki pe very soon and very soon.
Yes, very soon. Mahalo pe ki he wike waki pe ati se mahe koe deadline.
Ko awhitu.
Koe awhitu.
Yes.
Mahalo pe ki he December 1st.
Yes.
Tau toki lava leva o toi anuatu o toi whaiha whakamatala. He koe me mau I ngā ke tau wako me iai.
Yes.
Take away
I kai pa o ana tau le ke ngahi benefits o ku ton ke hau hange koe hiki tō whakapaanga. You know, you're getting certain amount koe mahu inga o te mau he tau si ka koe ke tau kahau ko hiki. Pea kai ke tala mai ha taha ka awara pe ku te sioi whaka oia we o ku ki lahi angi ki tōla he taimi tau ko o si. So, ka ku sai e nau tātu te nau pēa tu Lisa whakamore ko se ohi whakulahi ki se ke koe hāk mea rere na e whakahoko na e whai ke lahi ak se ke. So it's a very clear path, koe mea mahino. Koia. Hei, ko whakamālolo tōnga tukia te koe ho si kau mai ki heni. Ka koe ni te utoi hanga schedule ke ta polkalama atu I ki mua pe o laki wike o December. Kono uhinga ke mahino lelei ke ki mua tolo koe. Pea toi konga pe o Social Security, mo Social Security Administration. Pea mo ki nau tolo koe unau supplement. He ku kehe a Social Security, pea pehe ni ihia koe ngata anga pe ia. So, te ta wholahi rewa pe si kai whakahoko atu ka tatālanga rewa moe pāinga, ki hana ngahi whehui, pea tā mai ki he le te ogo, e wanoa ono, whātahataha, taha no aua. Ka ko whakamalo ka te koe Lisa, uke ai host ai guest te taha, hu mai I whātotonu, atua ki I taim ke whakahoko o whakataha, o whalahi atu, whakamalo atu ho toko ni, ka ta toki tala noa, Maloa upito. Iyo, thank you. Bye. Oh my gosh, Rhonda. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, just put me up and I'll script while you. Okay. I taimini, ko e tau polo kalamani o kuhoko, ko e tau kau pia mo e tokotaha mahu inga ko ni pia mi he state ko iau California. Ko e tokotaha ko ni ko Rhonda D. Furin. Ko tokotaha ni o kulele ki he ko vana ko ia o state o California. Pea ko tokotaha ko ni o kukau mai mo ki tau tolu hui kono inga o mahino mai I sanuari ahonima pe ko hai o kune win ai ka kune ngo I pe ko ia tene wini aia ko Rhonda, I want to introduce you before I go into my Tongan language, huh? Can you hear me? Okay. Take it easy. Ka koe mea lahi koe o tau talanoa ai pia mo toko taha koe ni. Kono o inga koe ni kau mai koe ka te tau tolu ki he polo kalama koe ni he aho ni. Ko ha toko taha ia ahono kau ngā mea lele taha koe tonga. Pia koe toko taha koe ni ko Rosaline whatawhehi waini kolo. Skahema waini kolo. Koe best friend ni o tahini koe ni. Pena e whakafufa ia tahini I he taha taunga hi polo kalama na tuku atu ki tua. Pia na ne iai ha ne fie mau ke kau mai ki he polo kalama ko ia asiaro pia mo Voice of Tonga. So, ko koe taim sipe mi heni te lea kia I he lea whapapalangi, pa te utok whakahoka tu rewa. Ka pau e ko vana e toko taha koe ni I he state of California I he tawa, mai koe ni ki sanuari o e tau kaha u. Ko e fu o toko ni lahi tene whai ki he matakari ke he o kunofo I California. Pe au kia ne ofa mawahe ki he matakari ko ia pe ko he community ai tonga. Ko ia I taimini, tu mua ke hanga whakawhiloa ki angi tau poro kalama ki ai, te kaipe ke whanongo mai. Rhonda, can you hear me? Okay. Ako, can Sione? Is there anything that...
No, it's just, hi Rhonda, we can't hear you.
Fe, hook up a phone. Yeah,
No,
hold on.
it's just her phone.
Oh, it's her phone.
Needs to connect.
It's funny.
Are you connected to the audio?
I can call her on her phone or something. O ka mau kei whenga pe whoki ke si I lea mai toko taha koe ni I he laini. Pea koe mea lahi koe ni oku tokoni ki ai. Koe toko taha koe ni, koe toko taha ni I he Republican. Pea koe toko taha ia koe ni o ne mau e ia a background pe koha a ngai ngā ue he tau lahi ki e pure anga. Pea oku ne folau ke wheitu kotoa pe o māman koe ni. Pea ku ne ilo ai whanua kotoa pe oku kau ki he oku kau I he whe tokoni aki whakapure anga. Ka koe toko taha koe ni ako pe California, Sitsenio California. Ka ku iai ni tokanga mawahi tokanga e kina mawahi ki he kakai koe ni hangi ko ki tautoru oku underrepresented I he lele koe ni e taungahi whiri whakapure angalalahi hang koe whiri koe ni Trump pia mo Biden o ko ronda ia ka pautene mau e whiri koe ni o kia ni tokanga mawahi ki he whamiri kia ni tokanga mawahi ki he ngahi tapa kotoa pe o ngahi tokoni ko tau whie mau ke tau kore ki ai ke tokoni mai ai e kakai ko tau whiri ke nau kau I he lere koe ni I he ngahi a ngahi tu unga maolunga I he pure anga pea neongo e nau kau ki ai ka te nau toi manatu I mai ki tau tolu. Te atu ki fo I whasi ko ne kore ka Michelle gen atata ki fo I whasi kai whinga ki hu mai pe I he telefoni ka mau toki hoko atu malo au pito. You just play. Probably there's something that you have say Rhonda I just introduced you in Tongan but I would like you just to give a small bio of your interest. Why did you want to run for governor for the state of California, and what's your main goal for if you win? That's your plan of action or whatever. Now that you're in politics, so yeah go ahead.
All right. Well, I actually have been in politics, interested basically since the age of 15 when I was in pageants writing speeches, political speeches.
All right.
So my interest in politics has always, been right up there about, who we pick as a leader, who we pick, as our future generation. It's very important to me, even as a child at the age of 15. And then
my dad wanted me to go into law, because I was actually a gifted child when I was young, and I chose to go into education because I felt I could make a bigger difference.
Okay.
So I went into education at that point and was recruited by the state of California to come here, tripled or quadrupled with the class size, and they were bringing the primary grades down to 20 to 1. So I was recruited by the state of California to come here and make a difference, and I did. I was teaching kids how to read, in the first year.
Okay.
And then they had me saying, like, you make so much progress with our students, we want you to loop up with them to second grade. Well, at that point, they didn't like that. I was kind of like, you can't be making this much progress with these students,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically, what that happened. But I actually been teaching for the state for over 26 years, well, this state of Minnesota, every single grade level, every single subject, special ed, general ed, community day school, kids on probation, medical needs kids, Sunday school, after-school tutoring. I even went into their homes and did home visits to work with parents so they could help their children at home. So I really put in a lot of time to work with kids. I also, at that point, became a union leader to improve the conditions for the teachers here and make sure that we were getting. I said it's time for me to retire and go into that political field that my interest was way back since the age of 15. I ran for Congress this last year in my district in which I live. A lot of some people don't live in the congressional district, but
okay.
I, however, felt that I could make a difference in my congressional district. I ran, and unfortunately, at that point, I said, recall Gavin Newsom came out.
Okay.
Right after our primary, basically in March, the end of March, and I said at that point, you know what? If this is how they're going to play the games, I'm going to file. I'm going to run for the governor of this state. It seems that they want to recruit people here, bring people into the state, as they did myself. The door is open.
Okay.
And once you get here, and you're able to make that difference for others and make positive steps in a direction that's going to lead somewhere, then they want to close those doors. And at that point, I said, it's not going to it happened to me. It's not going to happen to anybody else. Okay, we do not open that front door, allow people to come here, and then stifle them with taxes, burden, regulations, and the inability to purchase a home. And the people that do homes that are paid off, we want to run you out. I mean, this has been just a state that just took over and has decided where they're going to go with a select few. And I'm not going to let that happen. I wasn't going to let that happen to my students. I was dedicated to my families, the community, the parents. And when they're saying, you can't teach children how to read in 1 year, we want them to be non-readers or at a level of 5th grade their whole life. Well, you're not going to get anywhere in life if that's where we're going to stop you.
Okay.
And then not only that, they took all the skills education courses out of school, so kids weren't even skilled in, basic.
Do you view yourself as a leader in this categorized political field for women? Do you support for women to get into politics and keep moving forward with it, or what?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And you saw, I don't know if you saw, our congressional positions that we won, the districts that we won this last election. I believe we had 12 women, conservative.
Yeah, conservative, women. Yes.
And that's what we need is the conservative Republican women, and it brought out the minority woman that came out and said, this is the movement we need to make. And, I'll tell you one thing, I'm not one to sit there and say gender this, gender that. and tell people, where you need to go. But, I decided to run for governor. This would be, the first female governor that's a conservative Republican.
Yeah.
And, I hear that, in order to get anywhere, at a position like that, you need to be married with children. Well, I chose a profession that was going to make a difference for many other people than myself. I went into education knowing that my salary was at a set salary level, and that's where I was going to be. Okay, what I needed to do was create
pump it up.
something better than myself, so that they could just blossom and like, fireworks, like Starburst out there, and become something better than myself, and come back and say, I am who I am because of Miss Fearon.
Okay, let me pause you there, and let me do some interpretation to that have been voted, and people that belongs to different communities here in Seattle. And one person asked me this morning, Brenda, why you reach out to Rhonda, to California, and you're not dealing with anybody here? But now you know the answer, and I know the answer. You're a Republican, I'm a Democrat in a blue state here. And so, but I respect where you're driving with what you're doing to run for governor of California. You know why, Rhonda? Let me say this in Tongan, and then I'll come back to you. Whanongo foki hon whapehe ehe ni ihi o kakaitonga. Tanka Brenda ke ki lea whakatonga pe. Ka koe mea kou kore at ka te mōtoru kakaitonga. Ko taimi ko toa pe, e taimi ko ni o whanongo mai kakaitonga me California, he unau North California. O whea lewa whakaukau ka pau o ko kai ke sapo, when ke whakalaka e polokalama koe am he step, koe ke lava ke mauai ai whainga maari e ka ki tau tolu koe ni tonga. Mantu o koe ke aha tau whakafofonga le lei ki he pore a ngā hangi hataha i a tau tolu o ko kau ke politiki ke ne whakatahe mo Trump. Ka oku kauawia I he state ko ni ki a Biden. Ka ki ai a whi whaka apa aki he konu ngā koe whanua ino free ke te lea, free ke o mai pia free, koe whikawe nu pehe. Koe whehui nei pehe mai, koe hana ke ai koe I kai ko awia na o ku whenke whewhine. Koe whewhine koe nina e kore ke hono best friend koe tonga, na mamata ke tau polokalama, and she liked it. Pea koe mea kou hokona ni whie mau ke ma talanoa I he TV, pea mo le te o ke whanongo atu. Whanongo pehe koe ni ngahi mea koe une o mai, ka pau e pāse o ko wana. Ka kai tonga, you got a friend as a governor for the state of California. So Rhonda, I'm just saying that it doesn't matter who you're voting for, which party you belong to, it doesn't matter. But if for some reason January 5th comes along and you win, right? We are going to say hooray. And then we say we have a friend that we know. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I'm saying to them, we are very underrepresented as far as the circle of programs that are put out by the government. And like you said before, you said, I don't want to go and get a high education and come back and just be a teacher teaching and get one set of pay check. You know, you want to have a paycheck, a bigger paycheck, and a governor paycheck up to president paycheck, don't you? Is that what you're saying then?
If I can prove to California what I can get done, I will go that route. Yes, I'm going to seek a higher office.
Yes, higher office.
Just give me that opportunity to show what a person can get there and get done in the least amount of time.
That's right.
Something like President Trump did. Look at his accomplishments. Let's start tallying up what I can get done in the least amount of time, and not costing money and say that we need this money to fix our broken educational system. I don't need this money to fix our homelessness, our homeless vets, whatever's going on with our taxes and running people out, whatever's going on with the elderly. I mean, we have a lot of issues in this state.
That's right.
And,
That's right.
And Gavin Newsom keeps always saying, where goes California goes the nation. Well, you're absolutely right. Okay, and we're not going to sit back and allow it to happen anymore. And neither is the rest of the United States, because you know what? California is part of the United States. And where goes the United States is where California is going to go, and we're going to make the decision. The United States is going to make the decision where we go, where California goes.
You bet.
It's about time. It's about time that people, step up to the plate and say, let's get this done in the least amount of time with the least amount of money, and go on and become something bigger and better than what we can be and ever achieve.
Rhonda, this is not going to be the last time I'm going to be, dialoguing with you over the phone. Unfortunately, we can't do Zoom today, but let me run you down on some of the issues that face our people, because a large majority of our Tongan resides in California, okay? And a large majority of them lacked the opportunity to reach out and utilize some of the programs. Let me just run you some, and then you can pick what you want to help out with the community. We have issues with health care, okay? This is for all ages, okay? Immigration, oh my goodness. I worked for immigration for 10 plus years, and then I got off and then worked for the law back then had been changed from year to year to year to year up until now. So I don't know what it is now, but I think that's one of the biggest issues of the government, like the immigration, deporting we're going to the deportation process. They're born here, right?
Yeah, no, the child was born here,
And maybe underdocumented. I know that the government of the USA, when I became a citizen of this country, they told me to my face, it's very important for them to keep the children and family together. And then when I see that the children are being separated at the border, I have questions. My heart hurts. My heart cries for these children to be separated like that. So we're going to legal issues, as like we're talking about, like people that have like killing or nothing like that happened yet. But there are legal issues that we need straight up talk with that. And then we talk about how to have somebody to be well represented in our community and help us. Which one of my coworker here, she's a union leader here with the SEIU here in Washington State, and I'm going to bring her to your attention sometimes. And then you said also, being in union, you're able to help people in union. You can understand where they stand as far as job with their wages, working for 8 years with no paycheck, pay raise or nothing. I'm into that. But unfortunately, with me retiring, taking a early retirement, I'm still working for the radio, and I still feel I'm giving back to the community what they have done for me, raising me up to this, position. So go ahead.
Okay, well, I happen to know a little bit about the union because I was a union leader, and I never missed a meeting. I was there, every single time. I came back, and at that point I was non-political.
Right.
We do not bring any politics in whatsoever. And I was actually a registered Democrat at the time, although I would be voting for who I felt was a better candidate.
Okay.
And at that time, I felt Republicans were doing a better job in California.
Yeah.
But it was registered Democrat, and I fought for my teachers, but I was also an advocate for my students who were special needs. You know, I was a special education teacher, so helping the children that needed some extra help, I was also, you know, on their side. So I was fighting both sides there. But, you know, we were actually in these meetings where we were told that we were getting certain teachers and whatnot. And then right when we were about to, you know, go through with everything, it's like they met with the school board, and all of a sudden the 10% raise went down to 3% or 2%. And I'm just like, well, no, you're going to get 1% now and 2% next year. So it's, and I said, but where did the 10% go? I said, we've been fighting this for, you know, a whole year. We have all this time that we were going through and researching and doing all this, and then you come back, and then I find out that, you know, some of this stuff is like going under the table, and the teachers are sitting here, and I'm just like, I cannot believe just what happened. And so we need people that are in there that's going to be honest, you know, not undercut our workers. Like you said, you know, people have been putting in a lot of time and hours and whatnot, and, you know, you don't undercut yourself. And it's very shame. You know, I don't know if you realize, but, you know, our administrative positions here in California, if they do some type of crime or some type of whatnot, and then they come back and they resign or whatnot, they're still entitled to a $400,000 salary with full benefits for to life. And then you sit there and you look at the people that have been working, you know, putting in the hours. Teachers work basically year-round, and a teacher's mind is on 24/7, because you're always thinking about something that you can do in the classroom at some point. And teachers retire not with a $400,000 salary for life.
No.
Or full benefits. Oh, never. You know, coming through for me, when I sat there and were fighting for them, don't they realize how they're being undercut, you know, for so many years? You know, it's very sad. You know, I'm going to tell you something else. The people that go into administration are teachers that couldn't make it to tenure. Okay, to get tenure means that you have a lifetime job, and it's very, you know, it's not that hard. It's very hard to get rid of you. And tenure when I became a teacher was 2 years, and I think some of the districts have gone to 5 now. I'm not sure. But, you know, to put in all these years, to put in 2 years and not get tenure, and then say, well, I'm in education, might as well go into, you know, administration now, and know that I'm going to end up with a $400,000 salary for life. I mean, that's not doing the job. That's basically getting a job for not like teachers who put in endless hours, staying after school, getting up early, on weekends, and dedicating their life to children, you know. And you can always tell a better teacher is one that has stayed in education, that can say, I've been in education all these years. And you can always tell somebody who's always been, you know, a harder worker just in any union position, because it's the one that sits there and does the work and puts up with it and sits there and goes, no, this is where I, you know, am doing my best work. You know, and that's where, you know, we really need to address, you know, the people in unions and what is really best. You know, I actually found out that, you know, I was taking money out of my checks through a I think it was a 457 or some other thing through the bank, and I was actually being able to make more money taking my money out and investing it in other ways, instead of, you know, relying on just the retirement of the union for teachers, because like I said, they were being undercut, and teachers need to have some sort of salary when they retire. You know, to be working your entire life and then go down from a $100,000 salary down to
nothing.
Nothing.
To being poor.
And then have no full benefits. I mean, when you get older is when you need your full benefits. So, you know, I really have an issue with that. And then, you know, as far as immigration, you know, you do not penalize the children. You brought up the children that, you know, but at this point, our schools don't even want to educate them. I mentioned that earlier. You know, we have to educate them. You know, those are our students. They're our future.
Our kids,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, those are our kids. And, you know, and it's very sad. And I kind of, you know, saw what was going on. I don't know if you know much about Orange County, California here, but Orange County, California has always been like 80% of the human trafficking runs through Orange County.
Yes, I heard about that. Yes.
Here, 80% of the nations runs right through here. And I actually, you know, believe it or not, I wrote and sent an email off to Kamala Harris, who sadly thinks she's going to be our, you know, and I wrote her an email and I said, this is what's going on and this is where it is. And I basically even said names. And not even a email back, an acknowledgement or anything. You know, it wasn't until President Trump got into office that he has actually done something about illegal immigration, illegal immigration and the human trafficking. Because this is, I'm sorry, this is what happens. You know, they know that some of these kids are here or whatnot to parents. They will, because you cannot be afraid to speak up about your children, because these are children and they're being, you know, and it's sad. And I started to say something. And, you know, I'm sorry, my heart and soul, and to see things like this happen and just, you know, slip through the Democrats' hands or eyes and turn the other way like nobody reported it, is just horrific, you know. And,
but you know what? I have something that I want you just to put into Trump's ear. That's just my wish and hope. Just let him know that to release the stimulus. Everybody needs that, Rhonda. You know, everybody needs that. If he did this in the beginning, I think everybody will go red. You know, I that's just my opinion. But can I pause you for a little bit, and we'll go to a small little music and let us breathe a little. Don't hang up.
Okay.
Yeah, just hold on.
You need to translate a little bit more?
Yes, okay. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Ko iai kainga tonga whakamoremore pe, ko inga ko e hoko atu e tau talanoa pe mo e toko taha ko ni okulele ki he ko wana o California. Ko uhinga pe whiawhia hono refer e tau show ke talanoa mo e whiawhineen ko inga ko ni whia mau. Ko uhinga ko e toko lahi ai tonga i California. Pea toi toko lahi pe mo e ni ihi o kakai. Ko nau mawahe mai mi California ke state ko ni California, Washington's are neighbors. Pea oku toko lahi kakai California hen toko lahi kau Washingtonian i California. Ka oku me mihangea sister city o Seattle, Frisco. Pea they work, you know, a lot of good things happen ke both cities. Ka oku kai ke whahatala noa ia a tau dolhe ahoni whekau aki o tonu ke te demokalate pe tonu ke te no. Ko whiwhine ko nini ka hu ke he pure anga as a governor pe ko e ko wana fo o ia. Mo whanau mai pe ke ne lea ko ni o whakahoko at ka te motoru. Lahe ngahi mea ia e hu mai ai o toko ni ki he tonga. He? E whakasio ki he healthcare, e whakasio ki he mea kotoa pehan ko immigration. Hangi ko he ngahi awe koe whanau o loka ta uhinga. He? Pe koe tipoti koe whanau tonga ki tonga. Te ikai ke ilo he kaurisi. A real case pe koe fact behind the case. Ko iai mo whakamore pe e ma tape pe whakapalangi pe hu whanga whakatapu. Kai uhinga pe he ko inga ko maturi ki he taimi he kutau ospe e hoka anima. Ka te utoi kore pe ki ai ke hoko atu mo ki tau tolu i he konga koe ni ka o tatau ki fua hiwa pa te manto ki hoko atu pea mo Rhonda D. Ferrin whiri ki he kowana o California ai koe the whole state of California Pea ko hopefully pe e iai haki mea lelei e mao he tonga he ne whanonga whakahanga tonu mai ke he whewhine koni. Pea ka pahe e kai ke ne mao e whiriko wana, at least o ne tala atu what needs to be done. Angahi mea o tonu ke whakahoko e koe as a community member pe koe tokotaha o whi mao hatokoni o wate e tau tu whakalongolongo. Malo a pito. Michelle, taki fo ifasi.
Si vai kolelea, e taisi o ata, whanga kofie mea, whakalave tala, ea moko moko, whakavale loto, oi o to whakapo, ohuni e lolo, si vai kolelea, e taisi o ata, whanga kofie mea, whakalave tala, ea moko moko, whakavale loto, oi o to whakapo, ohuni e lolo. Ono mai apua tale fusi makapa o palataisi tohevani. Ono mai apua tale fusi makapa o palataisi amiki marisi matani o tohevani. Tokos for life. Si vai kolelea, e taisi o ata.
Hello again, Rhonda. Really, so I'm going to ask you a couple questions here. Maybe you can help me fill the gap, the things that we don't really know about. Suppose you got the ticket for governorship. What would be the most important agenda for you to tackle on your first month or first year, or whatever your goals are for being a governor of the great state of?
Tackle education because that's the key that opens all doors. And we mentioned that earlier with skills training, but we are not allowing children that are physically fit. We do not have specialists in PE, music, or arts in the elementary grade levels, or we do not teach a language in the elementary grade levels. And those things need to be brought out, skills, and it grows from there, because once a child blossoms into something at a younger age, that's going to alleviate the crime, the future, the where they're going. It improves the family foundation. I am all for freedom of religion, but we need to bring that back into the family. So we need to emphasize that. Another thing is we really need to cut the taxes regulations that allow people that come here, if they're older, to not be burdened by what is going on. There are cases where people have come to media that they had, their idea is already patented by somebody else. And I just, I've heard story after story of that. And that is not what California is about. I mentioned that earlier. We open the front door and then we close it, and then other things are happening. And we don't do that. I am also one that I don't know if people follow me on social media, but I love restaurants. I really feel
yes,
that,
yes,
they're essential.
Yes.
And you know, as a woman that can put in pride in their family restaurants and their heritage restaurants. So you know, that is something. You know, we have to cut the regulations and provide for small businesses here. This state has damaged them severely, and Gavin Newsom continues to do that now. You know, I really want the smaller businesses to flourish. You know, when you see, you know, people putting 24/7 into their businesses, you know, it just changes our whole economy. You know, those are just a couple of the ideas that, you know, we can fly by you.
Oh, wonderful. I like it about, she went as a union member and they had a answer and questioning session with the governor of Washington. And this is one of the questions she asked him. And she said, why are the restaurants being shut down? It should, you know, restaurants should give in some, you know, some leverage or some kind of opening so at least we can go and have a good meal with our little families, you know. But then people are just reverting to going to the casino. They're open, you know, and this and that. And I said, well, it's true, but, you know, we are on a mandatory shutdown, so hopefully we're not very long with this surge here at this time. Anyways, we have a couple minutes left, Rhonda. What would you say in a good message for our Tongan community? And we have a very big demographic. They are there. People over there, but, you know, it's a good research to do. Whatever your message is for them, that would be counted as a piece of gem for them right now. You share that.
Okay, well, all I have to say is to your population is keep believing, keep dreaming, because someday, and just hang in there because it's going to happen. Just believe, dream, it's there.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that. Hey, you in a bit of minutes here to share with my tongue another sharing points. You're spot on a lot of the issues that is facing our country right now, and you're saying all the things that you feel good about it as a leader, you know, even though you're not a governor yet, but as a woman leader, you know, you just know what your thoughts and heart. Thanksgiving, good holidays, and I will hopefully meet with you again.
And on a couple occasions when I was a child, so I know Seattle.
All right. You didn't come in when Sleepless Seattle movie came on, did you? So much. I'm gonna put us on the Michael Jackson song. Okay? You Are the World. Sure, we will do that right now for you. Okay? Thank you, and God bless.
God bless you.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as there are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Well, send them your heart so they know that someone cares and their lives as God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children.
We are the one to make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall.
Let's realize, that a change can only come when we
Stand together as one. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. We'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. Our children. We are the ones to make a better day. So let's start giving. Let's start giving. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. All right, let me hear you. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. Tell 'em we are the children. We are the ones to make a better day. So let's start giving. Let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a brighter day, just you and me. Come on now, let me hear you.
We are the world.
We are the world.
We are the children.
We are the children.
We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
So let's start giving.
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Yeah. We are the world.
We are the world.
We are the children.
We are the children.
We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving.
So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. Yeah, we're saving our lives. It's true, we'll make a better day. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. Our children. We are the ones to make a better day. So let's start giving. So let's start giving. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. Yes, sir.
Oh, kai ki polokalama ki he whakahua te whanki polokalama ke he ke koini e ahoni. Whakaamuange pe o kuai haa mo me au mo fie tokoni mai ki ai, pia mo telefoni mai ke whika ai le tio, ka pau ke haa mo polokalama o fie whakahua mai atale le pe. Polokalama lotu, polokalama hiva, polokalama e whanau, we're open to that. He? Ko tawa o mai ke whakaasinga ngoi e polokalama ko ni, ko whakamaroat ka tek mo tolu, ka mo mea tau toki whetau laki i he ahawhalai te ko e ni pe taim tatau pe. toa eke o whātu. Okay.
Version of
Te whamaloa pe whokeni ki a Michelle Hoakau si I take on time e kau mai ki he tau polo kalama pe ako o ngo I he time kotoa I hene kau mai polo kalama toko ni ka tek tau tō kotoa ke whakahoko polo kalama o I kai ke pe. Thank you, Michelle. Hopefully we'll see you again next Friday. Not next Friday, this coming Friday. Okay? Love you. Bye.